Good morning, Year 5. Today's Destination Reader lesson, number 2, is still about questioning. Now remember what type of questions we can ask. That's right, we can ask an open-ended question or a closed question, depending on how much information we would need about what we are curious about. These are the question stems that you'll be using when you ask these questions. If you don't have a piece of paper handy, please pause the video and go and get a piece of paper, a pencil, and by the way, I hope you're still awake. The context of our story. Now, if you can remember, we started to read a legend yesterday, a legend from Ireland. Why do you think people tell legends or to others? Are there any similarities to myths that you have read? Pause the video and answer those questions for me, please. So the book we are reading is still called Best Loved Irish Legends by Ethne Massey. I want you to pause the video now and write down 4 things that you can remember from the previous lesson. Give yourself about 2 minutes and then restart the video. There's a bit more information about our author and some of the books that she has written. Now, I know that this book here, The Secret of Celts, is a really, really good book. And there's a little film made about it. So if you have a chance, please do read it or see if you can watch the film. Vocabulary you are going to come across today are the words suspiciously, which means to have a cautious distrust or suspicion of someone. So you're not quite sure if they're telling the truth, or you're not quite sure that they are genuine in what they do and what they mean and what they say. Ordinary is just to be normal, nothing special about it. But we all have our own normal, don't we? And then the word wisdom is the quality of having experience, knowledge, and a good judgment. So in other words, to be a wise person. So let's continue with our story. Now, as you remembered, and you might have written down already, is that Fionn, or Finn, was sent to live with 2 wise women, and they had enough of his questioning and sent him to the wisest man in Ireland, and his name was Finnegas. So let's continue the story. Fionn lit a fire and cooked the salmon. Even though it smelled delicious, he did not taste any of it. But as he was taking it out of the fire, he burned his thumb on the salmon's hot, bubbling skin. He stuck his thumb in his mouth and sucked it to stop the pain. Then he took the fish to Finnegas. "Did you eat any of the salmon, did you?" Finnegas asked suspiciously, his voice squeaking with worry. "I did not," said Finn. "You didn't even taste its skin, did you?" asked Finnegas. Now, I wonder if Finn will tell the truth. How do you think Finnegas will react if he knows the truth? You can pause the video if you want to write down or have a little think about it. Let's continue. When I look at that image, Finnegas looks really worried to me, because his eyes are quite wide and his eyebrows are pointing upwards. Finn started to say, "I did not," again. Then he remembered, "I just put my finger in my mouth when I burnt it on the skin," he said. "But I didn't eat any." Finnegas was furious. Pause the video and think about, do you wonder why he was angry? What do you think he refers to here? Now you have it. What does he refer to? That's right. "You have the knowledge," he roared. "What?" said Finn. "What are you saying?" "That fish is the salmon of knowledge," said Finnegas. "It has eaten the nuts from the ancient hazel tree that holds all the knowledge in the world, and the first person to taste that salmon gains all the wisdom there is." Now remember, Wisdom is one of our vocabulary words we looked at earlier. It means to be wise and to have experience and knowledge of everything. Finn was amazed. "You can have the rest of it," he said guiltily. "It's no use now," said Finnegas. "It's only a stupid, ordinary fish. Now all its knowledge is inside you." I wonder why Finnegas was so angry with him. Was it because he knew the truth? Was that his secret? I would like you to go to J2E and complete the true and false questions about the salmon of knowledge. Please post it back onto J2 Launch, and any of the words and sentences you wrote down on your sheet of paper today, please post that as well. I hope you enjoyed the story. Tomorrow we will read the ending of our Irish legend. Goodbye, F5.